Hello, this is my weather app using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. What you do is you put in a town name like Maricopa, and it gives you the weather that's happening right now, and then an hourly forecast. Every 3 hours it updates the weather. And this works for any town you can think of. London, New York, and that's what the app does. Now, this is the HTML. This is just a bunch of descriptors and such. This is the main function part of it. So this button activates the get weather JavaScript command, which we'll go over a little bit later. And this is how you display each of the things that we're getting from the weather API. This is the CSS, which just decorates the HTML, makes everything look all nice and pretty, spaces everything out. Nothing too complicated here. And then this is the main meat. So when the get weather function is run, it takes the API key and adds it to the URL and the city name, which is how you get the information. This is where the city is assigned. This is where the API key is assigned. And this is what happens if you don't enter in a city. It gives you an error code. I can show you that now over here. So if we refresh and I do a search, if you look up here, there's an error. That also puts out an error if you put in something like this, where it's not a real place. Now, this function right here grabs the information by putting together the URL, and then it runs the display weather data, which is what sends the pictures and the numbers over to the HTML. This is the display weather function that shows all the data. This is what gets rid of all the old data when you don't need it anymore. And this is what it shows that gives you the city name, the temperature, make sure the temperature is in the right format, and the description of the weather and such. This is what we use to get the forecast. It chops everything up into 3-hour segments and make sure that each of the temperatures and icons are right. And then this makes sure that the images load for the weather icons, like the cloud or rain or what have you, to ensure that everything functions correctly. And that's the basis of the weather app. It's pretty simple, but it uses an API to scrape for the information and gives us all the information that we need to display it in a nice readable format. Because without the HTML, it's just a bunch of white words on a black screen. This makes it a lot prettier and easier. Okay, well, I'll talk to you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.